Halifax. Now, we talk about the hip-hop scene out here in Atlantic Canada, and specifically in Nova Scotia. What are you thinking, right? I mean, we've talked about this before. You're thinking Buck 65, Classified, Universal Soul, Scratch Bastard, maybe, and you'd be correct to think that. Those are some artists who've been around for quite some time out here and have had a lot of success coming from our part of the world. Another guy, another hip-hop guy, another MC who's doing quite well and has been around longer than you think, is a guy who was on the show a couple weeks ago during our ECMA coverage, and we all liked it so much, and so did you, that we're going to bring you some more. This is the man who calls himself Halifax's most famous rapper. This is Jesse Dangerously on our show.
Critical panic, that pitiful stance gets into the present. Answer my critical question, never left. When I'm in interaction, but keep your mental presence and cheap. Mr. Professional, my guess, my brother, and with rhythm and decimal hidden and decimal central animal.
I'm the secret rap legend of Halifax, Jesse Dangerously. I've been rapping around town for close to 10 years, and this is my biggest album release yet.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. I'm Uncle Fester. I'm a local beat maker and DJ. Good friend of Jesse, we're all part of the Backburner rap crew.
And I threw your CD into my player. It whooshed me back to the days when I was still living in Newfoundland, listening to Digital Underground, Boogie Down Productions, LL Cool J. Does that sound about right to you?
Absolutely. Like the hip hop that we were really into probably in our high school days, early 90s, like 92, 94. Super influential. It's like the foundation of everything we do now. Black Moon, Wu-Tang, Pete Rock and CL. Maestro Fresh West was doing good stuff then. Not that he's not now, you know. A lot of Third Base, Prime Minister Pete Nice. Love rap so much.
What is the biggest difference between hip-hop that we're hearing today and hip-hop from back in that day?
It's much more a part of the world of music than hip-hop used to be. You know, hip-hop classically doesn't really come from a musical tradition. It comes from parties and just ways of playing records, and sort of developed from there. Hip-hop now, since it's, you know, a huge form of pop music, and this is not said really in a disparaging way, but it follows a lot more of the same rules that music traditionally does.
Hip-hop introduced me to a world of music because it involves so many different types of music. So, and that's one thing I miss a little bit. Although that is coming back, I can't totally say that isn't happening right now because things are changing, and I feel better about hip-hop on a whole.
Kanye's bringing sort of sampling back into the mainstream, but like it is a much less likely thing for somebody to get into hip-hop now and find that it broadens their horizons, like that they would get into other kinds of music by like trying to dig for samples or learning about what people sampled, because it's more, you know, it's more created in the studio like other music is.
I think it's very, very interesting to talk about your radio show and the history of that radio show.
It's called The Pavement, and it's, in my mind, a successor to the show before that, which was most recently hosted by Scratch Bastard, and then before that it was passed to him by DJ Chronicle, who's better known now to the world as Buck 65. And before that, Buck 65 had a show called The Basement, which is what sort of taught Halifax how to love rap. He would give lessons on hip-hop history and ethics, and he loved the music, and he instilled that in the listener. And I would really like for the show I'm doing now to be a continuation of that ethic, to try and make people love rap the way I do, the way I learned to, right, from his show.
The man to recount it from top of the pole, and you mustn't spit your beat out just to stop at the holes of my brain.
What we really want to hear is our boy Jay Busy, who's also on the Backburner with his Classified produced video for East Coast Warriors featuring Johnny Hardcore.
He does the hardcore shuffle on video.
He does the dance. You can't do that dance.
It's the new Canadian Humpty dance. It is.